Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I have a special one for you today. Well, they're all special for you, but this one I'm going to give a shout out to. This is going out to Lori Salazar, and she contacted me through my email that's on the screen. It's also always in the description. I love hearing from you guys. You guys are the sweetest group of people that I've never met, and I mean that sincerely. You guys are always so nice to me, and she ended up contacting me and took a few demos off my hands, and in the meantime she chose a couple other things that she wanted made. So I figured I'm going to give her a video that she'll be surprised to see after the fact. And she wanted to order this jar, and this lid goes with it. This was the little black and silver jar I did a while ago, which will be linked. And here is the rhinestones that go on the jar. So all these little spots have rhinestones that get glued on there as well. She also wanted to surprise her husband with an anniversary ring that she wanted done in a chameleon powder. So that should be really pretty. And she also wanted a little stand made. So I'm going to dedicate this video to you, Lori Salazar. I hope you enjoy. Let's start with the ring first, which I have on the turner, and I have tape around it so the ring fits nice and snugly. I'm going to be using my Let's Resin resin straight from the bottle, and I'm going to mix, well, I already mixed, where is it? White and blue. And the white I used is just resin. Sorry, I'm not used to my camera there. Titanium white. And then she chose this chameleon powder that came from Temu that says green, blue, purple, but it's usually just blue when you mix it in. I'm sure there might be a little change, but not much. So I literally took the tip, I don't know if you could see that, just the tip, and dipped it in the white, because you do not need a lot of your white pigment. And I mixed it in there. Then I put some of the chameleon powder in here. So we're going to start with the white as the base. So I'm just going to get my turner spinning in the right direction. If it's going the wrong way and you're new to spinners, just turn it off and turn it back on, and it will go the opposite way. So depending on which hand, I'm right-handed, so I want it to turn to the left. So I'm just going to take this resin that I have mixed up and mix it really good. And I'm going to use the end of my tool here, my dotting tool, and I'm just going to drip in a thin layer of white. We're trying to get a pastel look from this chameleon powder, so I didn't want a black background to get that look. She was trying to imitate the chameleon effect that I did on a video to show you the difference between a black background and a white background. And she really liked the gecko that I did with the white background. So we're going to put white as the first layer. And we're going to get that cured with this UV light for a couple minutes. It takes about 2 minutes. Get it nice and cured. Now the darker you choose, the longer it will take to cure. I've had that question many times. So the darker I go, like if I did a black UV resin, it would take quite a lot longer than 2 minutes to cure. I used to use my larger UV lamp. This one actually came with my resin when I bought the kit back a while ago. And I'm using this one for my rings now because you can fold it kind of over itself, and it will cure almost the whole ring. Instead of using like a mirror underneath, you could just fold these sides down so it'll do the sides and the top at the same time. I've run that for 2 minutes. It was solid the first minute, but I did want to just make sure I got it really good before I put the second coat on. So now I'm going to use the blue and do the same thing. Now if you have bubbles, use a long neck lighter quickly, and that will pop your bubbles for you. But you don't want the heat to be on it very long, or it will just drip right off of your ring. I'm just gonna let that spin for a few minutes before I cure it to get any little lumps out of the resin. And I see a couple bubbles to pop. There's one more. So don't chase your turner, it's going to come back around. I'm just going to run this through to make sure it's getting to the sides. It looks pretty even, so I'm going to go ahead and get the light turned on. All right, that was another 2 minutes, and it's nice and solid. I'm just going to go over it with a really thin coat of clear. Not much at all. Just going to seal that in. Spread it evenly. If you get it on the stainless steel, it will scrape off with your craft knife very simply. So don't worry if you get it on the stainless steel part. So she did not order this, but since I have leftover resin, and I don't want to throw it in the garbage, so I might as well make her a little pendant. So I'm just going to put a little drip of this rainbow alcohol ink. I didn't shake it. Make sure you shake it. Otherwise you're just going to get alcohol out just like I did. I'm just going to put a little tiny shimmer in here for her. Whoops. Make sure you get it in your resin and not in there. Good thing I'm not using that one. So I'm just going to mix this up, and I'm going to give her one that's like half and half. Half blue and half white. No sense on wasting resin. I just need to get a little stick to scrape this all out. So I know there's plenty in here. And I'm going to get some of this white out. So we're just going to kind of combine it a little bit. And then we're going to put a lighter to it, pop those bubbles. Once you like the design, put your light on. I think that looks really pretty, so we're just going to go ahead and get that done. We'll just put a pinch Bale on there, and she'll have herself a little pendant at no charge. All right, here is the ring, all finished. I think it looks beautiful. And we will get this unmolded. I put a clear top coat on. There's the back and the front. I'm just gonna get a pinch Bale and fit that in there. Got this little tiny pinch Bale. Here's the pendant. Came out really pretty. Just spread this wide enough to get it over the top. And then pinch it together. And there it is. I hope she likes it. So I've mixed up 8 ounces of resin. And I'm going to start with this little piece here because it only takes about a ½ ounce. So I'm just going to get that much out of here before I mix the purples for the other one. So I'm just going to split these cups before it flash cures on me while we wait. It is getting warm. So I will get those mixed in just a second. She wanted blue for this little stand. So I'm just gonna mix up some blue and a little bit of glitter because she loves glitter just like I do. So I am going to just stick a little, I don't know if you'll see much of it, but hey, at least I tried. I know the mica powder might take it over, but it's in there. I'm actually going to drizzle some in the bottom of these and on the tops of them, just in case the mica powder takes over all of the glitter. We'll definitely be able to see it on the bottoms and then the tops. So if the plan doesn't work, that's my backup plan. This is just like a little plate stand that you use to display things with. And I think she wanted it to display the cutting board that she's purchasing from me. This is a small one. I'm not quite sure if it'll hold that up. I hope it does. I guess we will find out. And with this extra, I will make her something else. Just a tiny bit too much in that one. All right. Again, I'm going to sprinkle some glitter. Perfect. All right, now we're on to the purples. I mixed you up a mermaid tail with a little bit of sparkle in it, so I hope you like that. I'll make a magnet for you. So yeah, while I'm mixing this, I just want to let you guys know I do take custom orders, and if you're lucky, you will get to see it on YouTube. And the making of it after the fact, as long as I'm not completely overwhelmed with other things, I will be happy to make your custom order on YouTube. This is getting nice and warm, which I want it to because I'm gonna try something for her. I don't know if it's gonna work. I really hope it works. But she wanted originally a couple different purples, and she also likes glitter, chunky glitter. However, because it's a rounded jar and it's quite tall, I think the glitter is going to sink. The other idea was to marble the colors. So I want this to get nice and warm and thick, because I'm going to try to marble this for her. I'm gonna do 3 different colors, light purple, dark purple, and then a transparent with some iridescence and some glitter in it. So I really, really hope this works. I could already feel this getting warm because it's been here a few minutes longer because I was doing other things. And the reason I want it nice and thick is because when I pour it into those jars, I don't want it to all meld together into like just purple. So that's my plan. This one I'm going to do transparent. I have alcohol ink here from Let's Resin. We're gonna get that mixed in here. I need to get a paper towel so I know just how transparent it is. It looks darker when it's in the cup than it does when you actually use it. Because this looks quite clear on my stick. That is pretty clear. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty clear. I'm going to add some opal glitter to this and then some rainbow alcohol ink. Because the glitter, I know, my plan is to have the glitter, if it falls, it's going to fall on the rim, which would be fine because each rim would match. And then the alcohol ink will just stay suspended for the rest of it, even though we're marbling it. I don't know. That's my plan anyway. It's a little bit better. I think we'll stick with that. We're gonna get some alcohol ink in here. Because she says she's just like me and the more sparkle the better. So that's what I'm gonna give her. I don't know how much you'll see in it because we're gonna be doing the 2 mica powders as well. It's got a bit of a shimmer in there. And also, we're gonna put this in here. This is an opalescent chunky glitter. Hopefully that'll look good. I am going to pour some of this in there right now while I'm waiting for the others to get warmed up. Just want to put this stuff away real quick. Move these out of the way. I'm going to go get my heat gun to see what the temperature of those are. So like I said, I'm just going to pour this into the sides. Yet saving some to meld together with the others. So I'm just going to kind of coax it down. And you do kind of want to stick your stick down here in the sides like this because you don't want bubbles. And that didn't reach all the way around, so I am going to pour some more in. You can kind of see it through the sides to make sure that they are about even. So I'm just kind of checking it from the side view. little drop. That to go down, and it will self-level, obviously. I'm not going to put this in my curing machine because it's unpredictable and I don't want this one to get ruined and flash cure and get too hot. So what I'm waiting for is to get to about 100 degrees, maybe a little bit over. It's 94 right now. And you can kind of tell it's still really runny. I want it to kind of be thick, so I'm going to wait another, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. And just keep babysitting it. Don't walk away or it will probably get too thick. And then we're just kind of gonna marble it in there. Oh, I have the lid too. All right, it's about 101, which is 38 degrees Celsius. In case you use that, 37, 38. Now just stir it. And it's definitely getting thicker. It's not quite as thick as I would want it. So I'm going to wait just a few more minutes because it's still pretty drippy. But again, don't walk away because it will literally change on you in just a minute. It's about 105 degrees and I'm just getting nervous, so I'm going to go ahead and try the lid first. I just don't know how far I can push it. So I'm just going to kind of pour them in, and then a little bit of this one. And hope and pray it keeps, so it looks like it's keeping its shape in there. That's good. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. So we're going to kind of do it at the same time, just so I get them about even. And then we'll do it again. I really hope this works. I really, really hope it works because I know this is the original plan she wanted. And I wasn't sure it would pull off, so I wanted to definitely try it for her. I have no idea what this is going to come. I've never done this before, so I have no clue what to expect when this comes out of the mold. It's pretty much filled. I know I'm probably going to overfill this one here. Okay, they're domed pretty good. It's the perfect amount. Okay, guys, pray for me. Please let this work. We'll see you as soon as it's cured. While I was waiting for her other stuff to dry, she did want these coasters that I already had. But I put a little bit of sparkle on this side for her. These were the original side, but they are reversible, and I know she likes purple. So I just added a little bit of sparkle and put a top coat real quick for you. I hope you like them. Otherwise, they would have been just non-sparkled, and I didn't want to send anything out without a sparkle for you. So now that these are done, we will go and get the other things. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to use the curing machine, but I couldn't wait. I had to use the curing machine. So here's the little feet. I don't know what you want to call it. The little stand, I guess. So we're just going to get this out. It's still dry, or not dry. It's still warm. I just took it out of the machine. Like, I can't wait any longer. I'm so impatient when I'm waiting for something to cure that I want to see. So it is a little sparkly. I do need to trim a little bit of this off, which is no big deal, especially when it's nice and warm. It's very easy. It's really just the glitter that needed to be trimmed. There's just a few pieces of glitter that are hanging off the edge. I don't want to put it together yet because it does still need to cool down. I don't want to warp it or move it before it's time. So there's that one. Here's this one. That opal iridescence to it. I had a good coating in there. It was nice and domed well, so there's not really, other than the little glitter, not a lot to take off. So that's good. And these should match the little cutting board. She wanted the beach cutting board that I had, still available. So this will go with them. And these kind of go together like this. And you will use this as a stand, so you can do it that way or this way. Either way, whichever way you want, doesn't matter. Now for the main event. I should really let this cool down. I really hope nothing happens to it. But I can't wait any longer to see if the marbling worked. I am going to, oh, I don't have my spray in here. Wanted to spray in here and see. Be careful with these knobs. They can break off, and I don't really want to have to make a new one. So be very, very careful getting it out. I have to go get my alcohol spray in the other room. So if you're having a hard time and you're new at this, I'm sure all of you seasoned resiners know this. Just spray a little bit of alcohol or soapy water down in there and just kind of move it around, and it should help the release of whatever you're trying to demold. Again, I'm being very careful. I do not want to break that top off. There we go. And it did. It kind of worked. Got a little bit of light here. And then the dark purple, a little bit of clear with the glitter. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm pretty happy with it. Now for this one. This one tends to get bubbles. Hopefully there's not too many. I will spray it in here as well. Just kind of move that around. Loosen it up. I'm trying to be careful because I literally just got this out of the curing machine. Now before I put it in the curing machine, I let it sit on the counter a couple hours just to be sure it was kind of set really well, because I don't like any kind of flash curing from going in a heating machine when it's not hot yet. So I did let it sit for a few hours before I stuck it in there for the final cure. And I tend to find that that works a little bit better than just going from cold to cure. Whoops. All right, just want to get that back where it belongs. And it looks like we got rings. I don't see many bubbles, which is great. That's not too bad. I might fill that in with some UV resin just to flatten it out. This is where your rhinestones are going to go. Marbling effect, a little bit. I mean, you're getting the dark and you're getting the light. Not crazy that it's, I mean, I actually like this, the inside better. I don't like the rings, but I guess it's hard to get anything different when you have a circular mold. I'm wondering if I went back and forth in like X's, opposite ways, if that would have changed anything. If you've done that before, please comment below and let me know how it worked out. If you're on my Facebook group, show us a picture. I'd love to see different techniques for a jar like this. If you have not joined my Facebook group, please do. It is a great place to share your work so I get to see what you guys are doing, so it's not all one-sided. Because I'm like kind of talking to myself over here, wondering what everybody else is doing. Today is like August 7th, I think. And I just accepted our 1,000th person into the group. So that's pretty exciting. It's growing fairly quickly, quicker than I thought it would. So yeah, a lot of people are sharing their work. It's so exciting to get to talk to people, learning your names. And this is about the same as the other one, which I guess I'm not surprised. I don't see any bubbles, so I'm so happy for that. This goes together like this. We're going to glue the top on. So here is the jar, I guess you would call it. And then these little rhinestones are going to get glued right here. This will get glued onto the top, which I could do that with my E6000. This is what I use for that. I'm just going to get a nice big chunk of glue right there. And make sure it's touching. I felt it go down, so just let that sit overnight until it is completely cured. And until then, we're going to do the bottom and we're going to do the rhinestones. She's requested silver to go onto all these lines, so I'm using my Deco Color Premium pen. And I just go over the line in the front, the circle. Now these circles are where you get bubbles. It's impossible to get no bubbles, so I've just learned to live with it. So I'm just going to go around all these dots and all these roping. I'm not going to bore you to death. I'll do a couple of them and then I will either stop the camera or fast forward. Depends how long this video is getting. I don't like to keep you guys too long. I know I don't like to spend a ton of time on YouTube on things I can figure out myself. So I try to be mindful of your time as if I'm watching it. For the rhinestones, I have this little tray that you can just shake them so you can have them sticking up when they are not. You'll need a wax-tipped pencil, and I use liquid fusion glue, and I stick it in a tiny little bottle so I have a little precision tip right there. And I'm just going to go through and get a little dot of glue in there. Pick up one of my rhinestones, get that in the center, and that should set up fairly quickly. So I'm just going to go through and get all these put in, and then we'll do the same thing to the top lid, which I will do off camera so you're not bored to death. And there you have it, guys. The bottom is done. What do you think? I will get the top done and be right back.